Do you think, because this is a huge hot button topic right now, do you think that porn is a net positive or a net negative on society? Western society. Well, actually, it doesn't have to be Western society, come to think of it.
Just society in general.
What do you think? Do you think it's a
Cindy,
net positive or net negative? Because you will hear so many people say, "Oh, we should." The reason I'm asking, actually, let me clarify. The reason I'm asking this is because Ben Shapiro and some homeless guy named Destiny were talking about whether the rapid fire questions. One of them was, "Would you ban porn?" Should we ban porn? And of course, Shapiro has this doctoral thesis as to why we should, and then Destiny's like, "No."
No.
But so what I wanted, because it's very popular in the tradcon world right now, do you think that pornography is a net positive or net negative, and why?
I mean, it's been a good thing for my life, but yeah, I mean, it's helped me out. But I mean, in other countries, like where they don't have porn, like in like Asian countries, certain Asian countries, they don't have porn, right? It's not allowed. So I don't know, like, is it more expensive there to get it on the black market, or is it just like, because you know what I mean? Like, is it just?
Are they right to do it? Do you think that's a good idea for those?
Well, I think if they opened that up, it would be more income for us. So I'm gonna say,
but
keep the porn, keep it all around
for you, but like
yes,
for society in general. Do you think
worry
it's
about them?
Do you think it's
okay.
yes, you do. The greater good of society. Think about them just for 1 second.
Well. Yes, I will say I am contributing to society.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
doing a good thing. Well. Yes.
You say a net positive.
I think if you were to weigh the pros and the cons of it based on who it benefits, I think it would benefit more people than it would affect them to where it would ruin their life. You know, to a point where it does keep men complacent. Maybe they're not, finding an amazing wife. They're watching porn instead. But I think it helps more people than it hurts.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think porn is cheaper than divorce.
That is true.
Yeah, so the bottom quartile of men, I definitely think it hurts. I definitely think it hurts them because it gives them as sometimes sedation, but in some instances you'll have women and they'll be on dating apps and they'll like left swipe 600 times and they'll believe that they're actually better than those men and they get those men to commit, and it causes a delusion where they're actually denying men that they couldn't even get to commit. So and then they end up fucking a dude who they think is a superstar, and they're like, well, since I had sex with a 10, I can get commitment from a 9, and it causes delusion. There's a delusion for men, and that comes from pornography. This idea of the non-consensualized. There's studies that show as men continually look at images of other women naked, they find their own partners to be less desirable. So there are other things when you can talk about it saves marriages. It probably does. There's probably something.
Okay.
I just think just for that lowest quartile.
I have to clarify that too. Now, saves marriages, because everyone will throw this one back at me, right? What do you mean saves marriages? It prolongs marriages that would have broken up because they are sexless. If they didn't have porn, they wouldn't be able to satisfy that need, let's just say, because they're in a sexless marriage. So
porn is cheaper than divorce.
Exactly. And it keeps more families together than it has destroyed, because, and again, I'm not saying this is a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying I'm connecting dots here. People want to argue this with me. They're free to do so. But if you have a guy who's staying in a marriage for his kids, and he's in a sexless marriage, and he's just grinding desperation all the time. Remember what was it? James Sexton was talking about that one guy that he was doing the divorce thing for, and he was in a sexless marriage for something like 4 years or 5 years, and the guy was just basically going to massage parlors and getting right, and they made him out to be this sexual deviant and took his kids away because because he thought that was the most responsible way to go take care of his sexual needs, because his wife wasn't. So of course in the divorce they she took him for like $2 million or something like that. I forget how much money. I
don't remember how much that was, but I know he's done one for $200 million. Where a girl got $200 million. James Sexton was the divorce attorney for that. For some I don't know, it was a pit trader. It was like some guy who created an algorithm in New York.
Right. Yeah. So again, my point is that I think statistically, the statistics will bear this out, is that I think pornography has kept more marriages together than it has torn apart, simply because guys have to find some sort of outlet, and that's what they've done. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. It would be better if he was having sex with his wife, right?
Marriage were an endurance.
Yes, exactly.
Than it would
exactly.
Well, even in my own life, like just growing up as a kid, my aunt and uncle got divorced because my aunt found my uncle watching porn. And my mom was like, well, he's not going out there doing it. And to be fair, like my aunt wasn't fucking him. And I think that it was her fault that they got a divorce. Yeah.
Here's a good question. Do you think that's cheating? If he jerks off to porn and he's not, do you think that's
not
cheating?
At all.
That should be grounds for divorce.
And I don't think that she deserved my uncle. Like I was like, you know what, you don't deserve him. He's like a really good father. He provides for you and your whole family. He's super hot, even though he's my uncle.
Another 7,000 subscribers on OnlyFans.
Take care of yourself.
She's received more subscribers.
Like, and you don't take care of yourself at all, and like you can't even like him or do anything. Like, you don't deserve him. I hope he finds somebody better, and he did.
Damn, I'd smash your uncle.
Yes, you should. Let me know how it goes.
It's like, I completely believe you for some reason. I don't think you're bullshitting at all.
It's a new Pornhub search right there, uncle.
Awesome. Do you think it's a net positive or net negative?
I think porn itself is not a problem. The problem is it's abnormal consumption of everything. Like, porn is the same addiction like, drug or alcohol abuse or stuff. And like, and how to say, an unlimited dosage, like it can be alright. It can save marriage or like can take your desire like to come right away and stuff without like, going out and doing something you're going to regret for. But like, we are not taught like how to limit ourselves. Like, it's just again, like, like you want more because it's cheap source of dopamine. It's like, it's the same, like, scrolling is the same, like, porn, I mean, all this stuff, like, it's cheap source of dopamine, and so, like, and when,
we need her on the show more.
And so, and, like, and when you can use it, like, for example, from time to time, like, to kill your insomnia, or, like, like, to just, like, like, release your stress, like, yes, it's cool, but when it's become, like, your, like, daily, like, norm, yes, like, this is a trouble. So that's why it's always like moderation, like about like what you do and how much you do, like quality over quantity, like always going to save like everything for everything, but we don't know how to go to quality. We like quantity.
That's why everybody's fat.
That's why we like all about like talk about body count and like just why we're like all fat. Yes.
I think it'd be really negative if it's a couple that neither of them are in the industry, and they are exploring their sexual fantasies through watching things like a. And they're getting, their dopamine hits from pixels on a screen, and they're never going to be able to live that fantasy, and they're not fucking their girl because of that.
In that case, like, I just, like, not a few days ago, I made a post, I call it Know Your Place. And this is, like, exactly about this, because, you cannot just, like, be in a virgin and start your sexual life, like, with like, come on, like, it's little bit too, yes, ouch, exactly. And like, so, like, it's little bit too harsh. And when you, like, like, just, like, new couple, like, you just, like, love each other, like, you still cannot, like, like, get enough from each other, and you're already, like, okay, let's see, like, some orgy with, like, bunch of people. Like, come on, slow down. Yeah, and that's why, like, like, it's again, like, you have to know your place, like, from where you have to start. If you, like, jump, like, right away, like, of course you're going to break your come on.
I heard that guys get their broken on Christmas, and there was a study in Germany because the sex gets really crazy. And
Christmas morning.
Yep.
What is this? I don't understand what we're talking about. I am so confused.
Wait, so they on Christmas and they're
so I guess more people were having sex on Christmas, and technically, the more sex, the more guys are going to get their
instance of injury.
Santa slayed his sleigh. No.
That's why we have so many Virgos in this life, actually. Like, it's like it's a statistic. We have a lot of Virgos in this life because, like, people fuck during the Christmas time.
Samantha, do you think pornography is a net positive or net negative?
I think overall it's a positive.
Okay, why do you think that?
Yeah. Because I think it's really actually, it's not really the porn, it's the people that are watching the porn. It's the problem. So I don't really think it's.
Do you think it's because? Do you think it's because of excess, like too much accessibility, and like you were saying, like it's like heading to the open bar and just drinking whatever you want to, like all you can eat buffet.
Yeah, just tends to create addiction, I think.
I think too much of it's free on the internet. Like, we should make porn expensive again.
Yeah, because now it's like offer is much more than like some needs. Like, like for example, now like I see so many like naked butts, but like now I want to see like some like butt like which is covered.
Yeah. Yes. I got one more question, but I want to hear from William too. What do you think? Do you think it's a net positive or a net negative for society, like in a larger sense?
I think it's a positive, and I have actually lots of couples from my fans. So who just texted me like together and just like, hey, we love you, porn and stuff. So it helps us to make our sexual life, you know, like brighter. So I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. I also want to say that it's a net positive for this show because you're from the Ukraine and you're from Russia, and we brought you both together at the same table.
And now we're going to till the peacock.
She's not kidding. That's what's really messed up.